Jessica has been a name circulating across social media, sparking endless debates and reactions. But beyond the trending stories, there's a financial angle to her journey that is rarely discussed: her investment in Bitcoin. While many see her as just another viral figure, what often gets overlooked is how she made a bold move into one of the most volatile and powerful financial assets of our time. This story isn't just about Jessica, it's about what her decision teaches us about wealth, courage, and financial foresight. For years, Bitcoin has been a lightning rod in finance. Some call it the digital gold of the 21st century, while others dismiss it as nothing more than speculative hype. But despite the skepticism, one undeniable fact remains: Bitcoin has turned ordinary individuals into millionaires and billionaires, simply because they saw opportunity where others saw chaos. Jessica's decision to step into this arena puts her on that same path of calculated risk-taking. Her timing was remarkable. She entered the Bitcoin market during a period of deep uncertainty. Prices had crashed from previous highs, experts were predicting the end of cryptocurrencies, and mainstream media was filled with doom and gloom headlines. Most people were selling, desperate to cut their losses. But Jessica did the opposite. Instead of running, she bought. She recognized something that experienced investors know well: the best opportunities are hidden in moments of panic. This contrarian approach has long been the foundation of wealth building. Think of Warren Buffett, who famously said, "Be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful." Jessica embodied this principle perfectly. When others were fearful, she saw an entry point. While people laughed, criticized, and dismissed Bitcoin as dead money, she quietly built her position. And it paid off. Within months, the crypto market recovered. The price of Bitcoin surged, doubling and then tripling in value. Suddenly, what looked like a reckless gamble transformed into a smart financial move. Her holdings grew exponentially, and the narrative around her began to shift. No longer just a trending figure, Jessica became an example of someone who had the courage to take a risk that most people avoided. But let's make something clear: this was not just luck. Bitcoin, like any other asset, follows cycles. Markets crash, recover, and reach new highs. Jessica wasn't simply throwing money into a lottery ticket. She was betting on the resilience of a technology that had proven itself over more than a decade. Bitcoin has survived government bans, regulatory crackdowns, market collapses, and countless critics calling it worthless. Yet every time, it has come back stronger. Jessica's investment demonstrates three important principles of wealth building. First, timing matters. Investing during market highs often leads to disappointment. But those who step in during crashes, when the crowd is selling, often position themselves for the biggest gain. That's exactly what Jessica did. Second, conviction is critical. It's easy to follow the crowd when markets are booming. But when headlines are negative, and everyone is predicting disaster, only those with conviction hold their ground. Jessica didn't let public opinion shape her financial decisions. And third, diversification protects you. Jessica didn't put everything she had into Bitcoin. She allocated a portion, balancing her risk while giving herself a chance to benefit from future growth. This is a principle that every investor should follow. Never bet your entire fortune on a single outcome, but don't be afraid to take calculated risks. Now, why does Bitcoin attract such bold investors like Jessica? The answer lies in its design. Bitcoin is not just a speculative coin, it's a decentralized system of money. Unlike traditional currencies that can be printed endlessly by central banks, Bitcoin has a fixed supply of 21 million coins. That scarcity makes it a hedge against inflation, a quality that has drawn investors ranging from small individuals to trillion-dollar institutions. Consider this: when inflation eats away at the value of cash, assets like Bitcoin often rise in appeal. Jessica, whether consciously or not, positioned herself against that erosion of value. By holding Bitcoin, she holds an asset that cannot be inflated or manipulated by governments. It is borderless, censorship-resistant, and accessible anywhere in the world. Of course, Bitcoin is not without risk. Prices swing violently. In one week, the value can soar by 30%, and in another, crash by 40%. This volatility is what makes many people avoid it entirely. But Jessica understood that volatility is not the enemy, it is the price you pay for opportunity. Every great investment in history has carried risk. The key is whether you can stomach it and whether you enter at the right time. Her strategy resembles those of some of the world's wealthiest investors. Take Michael Saylor, the CEO of MicroStrategy, who invested billions of his company's balance sheet into Bitcoin. Or Tesla, which allocated hundreds of millions into the asset. These decisions were mocked at first, but as the market rebounded, the results spoke for themselves. Jessica may not have billions, but her principle is the same: bold moves often create outsized results. And what does this mean for everyday people watching her story? It means that financial courage is not reserved for the ultra-rich. Anyone can begin, even with small amounts. Jessica didn't need a Wall Street background, a hedge fund, or millions in capital. All she needed was the willingness to act when others hesitated. That is the mindset shift that separates those who build wealth from those who only dream of it. Today, Jessica's Bitcoin investment continues to attract attention. Some still call it risky, others call it genius. But whether critics admit it or not, her decision places her in the category of forward thinkers, those who see the future before it becomes obvious. 10 years ago, people laughed at early Bitcoin adopters. Today, many of those same adopters are multi-millionaires. History has a way of rewarding patience and punishing hesitation. The deeper lesson here is about financial independence. Bitcoin is more than just a coin. It represents freedom, freedom from inflation, freedom from traditional banking limits, and freedom to participate in a new kind of economy. For Jessica, her choice may have started as an experiment, but it now stands as a symbol of taking control of her financial destiny. If there is one takeaway from Jessica's Bitcoin story, it is this: wealth is not built by following the crowd, it is built by seeing what the crowd ignores. When people doubted, she believed. When people sold, she bought. And when people panicked, she stayed calm. That is how fortunes are created, not in comfort, but in courage. As Bitcoin continues its journey, her story will remain a reminder of what bold action can do. Whether the market rises or falls tomorrow, Jessica has already proven something bigger: that financial success belongs to those who are willing to take calculated risks, think differently, and invest with vision. So, as her name continues trending across platforms, let it not just be for the controversy or the headline. Let it also be for the example she set in finance. Jessica's Bitcoin investment is not just her story, it's a lesson for anyone ready to step into the future of money. And for you watching this video, remember this: opportunities come and go, but courage and foresight make the difference. Don't just watch trends, understand them, act on them, and let them work for you.